haunted truck. Alright, so this story comes from a guy named Jack. He's a truck driver, and he had a terrifying experience on one of his late-night hauls that he can't forget. Jack wasn't one to believe in ghosts or anything supernatural, but what happened to him on that lonely highway changed his mind forever. Jack had been driving trucks for over a decade. He enjoyed the solitude and the open road. One night, he was assigned to deliver a load to a small town several hours away. The route was mostly through empty highways and rural roads, the kind where you can drive for miles without seeing another car. He started his trip late in the evening, hoping to make good time and avoid traffic. The first few hours were uneventful, just the usual long stretches of dark road and the hum of the engine. But around midnight, things started to get strange. Jack was driving down a particularly deserted stretch of highway when he noticed something odd in his rearview mirror. There was a truck behind him, keeping a constant distance. At first, he didn't think much of it. Trucks often followed each other on long hauls, but this one seemed different. No matter how fast or slow he went, it stayed the same distance behind him. Feeling uneasy, Jack decided to pull over at the next rest stop. He figured he'd let the truck pass and take a break. As he pulled into the rest area, the truck behind him did the same. Now he was really starting to feel creeped out. Jack got out of his cab and walked towards the restrooms, glancing back at the truck. It was an old, beat-up semi, the kind you don't see much anymore. The headlights were still on, but he couldn't see anyone in the cab. He quickly did his business and got back to his truck, eager to get back on the road and put some distance between him and the mysterious truck. He pulled out of the rest stop, and to his relief, the truck didn't follow. Jack breathed a sigh of relief and continued his journey. But the relief didn't last long. About an hour later, he saw the same truck in his rearview mirror again, maintaining the same distance as before. Jack's heart pounded as he tried to think of a rational explanation. Maybe it was just a coincidence, he thought. He decided to ignore it and keep driving. But the longer he drove, the more uneasy he felt. The truck was always there, never getting closer or farther away. Around 3 a.m., Jack was exhausted and decided to pull over for a quick nap. He found a secluded spot off the highway and parked. As he was about to doze off, he heard a noise coming from the back of his truck. It sounded like footsteps. He grabbed a flashlight and cautiously got out of the cab, making his way to the rear of the truck. The night was eerily quiet, and his flashlight beam cut through the darkness. When he reached the back, he saw the cargo door slightly ajar. He knew he had locked it before he left. With trembling hands, he opened the door fully and shone his flashlight inside. What he saw made his blood run cold. Inside the cargo hold were old, dusty crates, and among them, a series of photographs pinned to the walls. They were pictures of missing people, all staring back at him with hollow eyes. Jack backed away, his mind racing. He didn't know what to make of it. As he stood there, trying to process what he was seeing, he heard the rumble of an engine. He turned around and saw the old truck pulling up behind his. The headlights blinded him for a moment, and when he could see again, a figure was standing in front of the truck. The figure stepped into the light, revealing a gaunt, ghostly face. The man's eyes were dark and hollow, just like the eyes in the photographs. He pointed a skeletal finger at Jack, then slowly turned and walked towards the old truck, disappearing into the cab. Jack didn't wait to see what would happen next. He slammed the cargo door shut, jumped into his cab, and sped off down the highway. He didn't stop until he reached the next town, where he found a police station and told them everything. The police investigated, but they didn't find anything in the cargo hold. The photographs were gone, and there was no sign of the old truck. They chalked it up to exhaustion and maybe a prank, but Jack knew what he saw. He never took that route again and made sure to always have a co-driver on his trips. To this day, he can't shake the feeling that something was out there on that highway, something that still haunts his nightmares. He warns other truckers to be careful on those lonely roads, because sometimes the things you see in the rearview mirror are more than just your imagination. If you like this content, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.